Happy morning para sa usaping heartbeat. Ayan, sa mga puso naman po natin ang ating titingnan ng Department of Science and Technology, yung ating mga directors na sila pong magpapaliwanag dito sa naganap na press conference sa World Trade Center sa itong isang napaka-special na event ng National Science and Technology Week. Alright, so pakinggan natin si Dr. JAIME Montoya at iba pa ang ating mga panahon.
Marami kayong makikita. Ito yung agham teknolohiya, kabalikan sa matatag at maginhawang kinabukasan.
Alright, thank you po.
Philippine Council for Health Research and Development are happy to once again welcome you all to the Talakayang HeaRT Beat press conference in person. So we hold this, as you probably already been here previously, we do this on a monthly basis. And we are very excited always to present what is new and technologies that are currently offered and developed by our scientists through our network of researchers and research institutions. Today is particularly in a way unique because it's not always that we have clinicians as researchers, no? Yung mga doktor na tumitingin sa inyo pag kayo nagkakasakit, sila ay gumagawa rin ng research, and it's really important to highlight that at least for today's Talakayang HeaRT Beat, we will feature them. And I think this is important because, as I said, usually yung mga researchers natin ay hindi naman MDs, no? Medical doctors. But the advantage of being a medical doctor at the same time doing research is para bang they know the best of both worlds, no? From the basic medical disciplines, applying them to the clinics. Diba? That's the best combination, and that's what we're going to feature today. But specifically, I'd also like to highlight, it's the first time we're going to do it face-to-face. Because we've been doing this via Zoom before, and siguro parang adjustment phase tayo ngayon. Ngayon masasali na muli tayo na face-to-face. Hopefully wala na tayong mga waves na darating. So today we will highlight two important health research initiatives under the field of Biomedical Device Engineering for Health. First, we are set to present four DOST-PCHRD supported projects under the University of the Philippines, Manila's Surgical Innovation and Biotechnology Laboratory, or the CIBOL program, with the ultimate goal of establishing a facility that accommodates the development of biomedical devices specifically intended for Filipinos. The CIBOL group is generating devices such as the iPits or petals and the iBlood, working together to implement and provide support for biomedical device innovation development and the ecosystem as a whole. Today, we hope to invite the biomedical device innovation community to once again join us in bringing health solutions to Filipinos. With this, I call on our media partners, aming mga suki sa media. I know this is also interesting kasi minsan kasi some researchers are medyo abstract, so they're more the knowledge area, but this time it's more on the device area, so makikita niyo talaga ng mga hawakan, magagamit. So it's in a way easier to appreciate, especially kung makikita niyo kung paano ginagamit sa clinical situation. So we'd like to thank all of you, our media partners, for consistently supporting us to help the Council disseminate its initiatives and, in effect, gain allies towards its goals. And we at the DOST-PCHRD are grateful for our partnerships, for these partnerships, and we hope to strengthen this so we can bring more accessible, affordable, and relevant research information and devices to all. The Council commits to creating more spaces like this where we are able to communicate our efforts directly to the media. I encourage you all to participate actively in these discussions and take advantage of this opportunity to learn about our future projects at the PBDIC. both to our face-to-face and online attendees, and I look forward to all of you and all of your active participation in today's session. To the research community, the DOST-PCHRD will always stay true to our promise of supporting you from the first stage of your R&D up to the last. And part of this is ensuring the dissemination of your works to the public so that you impact on the people who need it the most. So we look forward to your continuous and to our continuous partnerships in making Filipino lives better through health research. Again, maraming salamat po at magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat.
So, Dr. Montoya mentioned that Talakayang HeaRT get to know our scientists and the projects that actually do that, how these projects can impact our people and alleviate healthcare burdens among our communities. Let us now pay attention to the screen and welcome none other than our dear DOST Secretary, Dr. Renato Soto Jr. Good afternoon, sir. He has been involved.
Good morning. Good afternoon. Salamat po sa tanong nyo. And I think that's a very good question kasi to start the program this afternoon. Ang UPC poll, actually, nag-umpisa yan sa isang need natin. Kasi nga, did you hear yung talk ni Dr. Montoya, yung Director Montoya? Diba? Ang sabi niya, and also Secretary Solino, kulang na kulang kasi sa atin in the Philippines, locally made biomedical devices, diba? Always, sa introduction sa mga talks namin, sa mga lectures, always sinasabi namin, walk into a hospital, walk into a clinic, tingnan niyo yung surroundings, yung mga ginagamit sa inyo, yung mga ginagamit ng doctor, ng mga nurses. Is there anything there that's made in the Philippines? Sa inyo, wala, di ba? And that's precisely why very often hindi na affordable at hindi available yung mga devices for the Filipino patient, di ba? For the rich patient, kaya-kaya they can get those things in expensive hospitals, but for the regular patient, wala, because we don't have those things. So it's a very big need. And in 2019, that was a challenge posed to us sa University of the Philippines, Manila. Sabi ng Chancellor, sabi ng Dean ng College of Medicine, sabi ng University, na I think we should come up with a biomedical device program or biomedical engineering program. So we took that challenge, and then over that year, gumawa kami ng mga meetings, collaborations with engineering, And then, unti-unti, na-conceptualize yung program. And it started nga with 4 different projects. And you're actually seeing 2 of those leaders of those projects here. Ngayon, sino naman magpa-fund sa atin? Where will you get? Alam niyo naman that kind of project needs a lot of money, di ba? Saan tayo kukuha ng pera? Buti na lang meron tayong benefactor sa DOST-PCHRD. So we submitted the proposal to PCHRD. And then, ilang beses namin tinignan ulit yung proposal, inayos yung proposal, and finally we submitted it, and it was approved on December 2019. So December 2019, actually yung birth ng UP-CIPOL. Throughout that process, nabigyan na ng pangalan ng UP-CIPOL. Siyempre, isipin ng iba-ibang pangalan. Initially, may birth, di ba? May iba-iba. And then finally, yung UP-CIPOL yung pinakamaganda. So that became the birth of UP-CIPOL. And then, nung nag-pandemic, mga small projects that needed to come up over and beyond these big projects. So we had like 12 projects altogether nung pandemic. So may UP-CIPOL COVID Task Force. Saan naman makakuha kayong pera? Takbo na naman kami kay Dr. Montoya sa PCHRD. So, yan, DOST-PCHRD funded the CIPOL COVID Task Force projects again. And each of those small projects, yun yung sinabi kanina na may mga projects. So, sino yung beneficiary? It's obvious. Ang beneficiary natin for all of these projects are our people. And finally, we envision that we will be able to come up with these devices made locally by clinicians and engineers ng Pilipinas for the Filipino people. Thank you.
Sige po.
My follow-up operating line as well as my blood or ang device na yun i-estimate ng amount of blood na nalulus during surgery. So ang beneficiaries will be, number 1 will be yung pasyente who will undergo surgery for both. So marami po ito. So from head to toe po siya. So mas common siguro sa inyo for patients who undergo cesarean section, normal delivery, yun ang mas common na application because doon maraming blood loss sa operating room guys, sa mga pasyente na inoperate from head to toe siya, sa utak, sa puso, sa loob ng tiyan, sa mga paa. So aside from that, parang corollary to that, UP-CIPOL actually is not just limited to the projects ongoing. CIPOL is inclusive for all the clinicians. So lahat ng doktor po, pediatricians, mga nag-aalaga ng bata, mga doktor na nag-aalaga ng puso, mga cardiologists, mga endocrinologists na nag-aalaga ng mga thyroid, nephrologists na nag-aalaga ng kidney. So lahat po ng doktor actually, mga doktor na nag-aalaga ng mga pasyente, may stroke for example, natutulan ng kamay or paa. So itong mga doktor na po, may kanya-kanya po silang problema sa mga gamit na currently meron. So itong CIPOL program under Dr. Wong, ini-enjoy niya all of the clinicians to pitch or to tell their problems. And then, ang gagawin po namin, parang kami yung kumukonsultan sa mga engineers, scientists, and then sila po magbibigay sa amin ng solusyon kung paano gagawin na lahat ng mga lalabas po na dito will be for the benefit ng mga pasyente, also for us, also as clinicians. Kasi kami po nagbibigay ng treatments at pasyente.
May method po ba itong ginagamit o anong klase mga materials and saan po nang gagaling? Kasi mas maganda po siguro kung dito local na rin, di po ba? Kasi para naman makinabang tayo lahat and malay natin sa ibang bansa tayo papalang maging supplier. Kasi ang ganda po ng inyong nagawa ngayon para sa ating kalusugan. Thank you po.
That one is sourced from out of the country. But
I think yung concept dito is, di ba you always hear yung word evidence-based? Lahat ng project, lahat ng products ng UP Civil, PAPR, itong mga IPICS, nakita niya, di ba? They go through that long process. But everything is evidence-based. So bago siya pwedeng gamitin sa hospitals, in public, by our patients, na-prove na yan. Na number one, it's safe and it's effective. The other concept that I want to bring out, yung sabi nga ni Dr. earlier, so meron din tayong engineers who actually are looking at the materials na kailangan na gamitin doon sa mga prototypes, diba, yung mga products. But there's one more concept na kaya maganda na Filipino-made kasi kunyari yung isang project nila Dr. Jorge, the pulmonologist, and si Engineer Leslie Diaz, face mask. It fits the Filipino face. It fits us. Kasi naka-base siya doon sa mga anatomy ng Filipino. And yung design, and yung kanyang the face mask is biodegradable. Diba? Yan yung isang pinaka-problema natin sa mga mask. Sa dami ng basura na mask. But sa kanila, biodegradable and it fits your face.
Yes, that's what
Pinag-usapan ng pondo, funding is never enough. But it may be enough if you prioritize. No? So, yung tema ng ating bayan. So, we base it on that premise. So, sabi ko lagi, there's always not enough money for research, but if you prioritize on them, then there would be enough. Now, having said that, we actually prioritize on the technologies that will actually address, as I said, the leading causes of morbidity, mortality in the country. So that is our thesis. We always consider funding, relatively speaking, compared to about 10 years ago. We really have more resources now, definitely more resources. But I think if you ask me, the problem that we are encountering as the challenge really are the researchers. Because we still do not have what we call the critical mass of researchers. Diba sinabi ko nga kanina, medyo kakaiba itong ating mga researchers dito, like the mga clinicians. Sa mga clinicians, for example, wala nang masama doon, they're looking at patients, they're happy looking at patients, working in hospitals, but they do not actually go into research kasi then according to them or according to some people, they have this impression na matrabaho o it takes them away from their clinics, and more importantly, it is not beneficial to them, especially in terms of income. No? So that is something we want to correct because, for example, for this simple program, with the adequate funding and support that we give, the incentives we provide, we would like to encourage more of our clinicians to actually pursue research and development. So I think the critical one really is the researchers, because you may have all the money in the world, all the resources, but if you don't have the people who are going to do the research and develop the technology, then that's going to be a problem. And number three, I think yung behavioral tendencies, I think we have to always go, and I don't know si President Ramos pa nagsabi na Filipino first, no? Kasi all of this we're doing will be good and academic, will amount to nothing kung tayo pa rin yung mentalidad na kailangan imported, no? At kaya lang paulit ko na sinasabi kanina na itong mga teknolohiya ginagawa natin ay complying international standards, and not only that, that is appropriate to Filipinos. Lagi yun ang ating konsepto na babagay sa Pilipino. Best example, yung ating knee implant. Diba lagi na sinasabi, marami na knee implant, pero yung mga knee implant na available, na imported, base sa American, European, Caucasian build, mga malaking tao pa siya. Kaya, diba, magtawang kilogupit pa, ano bang yung call that? Parang tinatakas pa yung para umubra. And that takes time, no? And added effort. So, lahat ng technology ginagawa natin ngayon ay hindi lang innovative, may pangangailangan, it addresses a problem, it is innovative, it is an improvement of what's already existing. And more importantly, it is suited to the Filipino population.
So, may shortage tayo.
Kasi ay mahirap, di ba? And parang ang daming time involved. Totoo nga na may time involved. Pero dati kasi wala tayong yung structure and the policies were not in place yet, di ba? Pero ngayon, mas may structure, andun yung mga proseso na ayos, tapos mas may funding. So everything is a little easier now to do. Tapos yung isa kong gustong i-bring up na, ang isang magandang, I think, product ng UPC Ball is not just the product. I think yung product dito is the collaboration. Kasi, dati kasi ang engineers, they will be working on their own. Doon sa Diliman, kung sa UP, no, or sa, let's say, sa Adoption, there will be the engineers who will be working there. Because yung clinicians naman are working on their own sa hospital. So, they're doing things on their own. Yung tinatawag natin parang working in silos, di ba? They never meet. Pero itong mga projects na ganito, impossible kasi na clinician will do it on their own. Kami, ano naman alam namin about the engineering solutions. Ang engineers, marami nga silang ideas, ano naman alam nila about the clinical problems. But you put them together, and yan yung na-achieve ng UPC goal. I think one of your, sana matulungan nyo kami to do that, to help bring them together. We have brilliant engineers and we have brilliant clinicians, but you need to bring them together. And I think if we can have more and more, maraming universities are doing that. LaSalle is doing that, Ateneo is doing that, and everyone is doing that now. If we can get all that collaboration going, I think sobrang ganda nitong future ng biomedical engineering program.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
And one of the things na parang pinaka-target ng UPC Ball is exactly yung ano nyo ma'am. Parang target question. Kasi exactly, yan yung gagawin natin. Biomedical Engineering Program. Yan yung isang goal ng UPC Ball. And maraming encouragement from DOST because maraming training for example, for the engineering part and for funding for the project para we can formulate that program even better. So, ngayon pa lang, we're already talking to the engineers ng UP Diliman to set up that biomedical engineering program sa UP.
Thank you po, no? Meron lang po kung asking po
Government actually has been very active in sending out information. So we put out, if I remember correctly, 2016 to 2017, two clinicians. So I'm one of the two. The other one is Horizon report. We were sent to University of California in San Francisco. So we shadowed pediatric surgeon who is making a lot of devices. So doon we were exposed to FDA, how they develop the devices, how they do the testing. So the purpose of that was for the clinicians to be very aware and knowledgeable about how to go about innovating and how to do the devices. So that sort of we are the scientists when we go back, we know how to do it already and we can guide the others. There was a third person actually, she's a nurse action, and then she studied biomedical translational engineering, parang ganun. So she studied at UC Berkeley. So it's a master's program, and this was also funded by the government. So Dr. Tigaro actually is developing a program to have the same courses offered by the UP College of Medicine. Hopefully it can be replicated in other institutions in our country.
Pahabol na lang.
Last follow-up question.
May pala po interview. Pero, siguro gusto ko
It is just as good, but it is not made for the Filipino patient. It is made maybe for the European or for the American, but not for the Filipino, lalo na sa mga technology na ganito. So we foresee na we will be able to have a locally developed technologies in surgery, for example, that will make healthcare more accessible and affordable, and of course, be proud of the fact that this is truly Filipino-made, Philippine-made. That's it.
Which will happen next year, but this is an early announcement for that. So let's watch the video. Thank you.
Department of Science and Technology Secretary from Consortium, Philippine Council for Research and Development, Executive Director and MONTOYA, former Health R&D Project leaders and representatives, Dr. Samuel Yosin, Dr. Catherine, and Dr. Edward. To our dear partners in the media, everyone joining us physically and online, good afternoon to all of you. We at DOST thank everyone for their staunch support for our Filipino researchers and their contributions to forwarding health research. After 2 years of virtual sessions, we're glad to finally meet face-to-face and be able to share the latest research updates and outputs with the public. I believe that this activity earns a special meaning since we are holding this press conference under the first face-to-face National Science and Technology Week since the pandemic. With this year's theme ang teknolohiya at pagalikat sa maunlad at matatagit ng capacity, we highlight how research as one of our pillars in creating a resilient future for Filipinos. Today, we presented 4 projects under the University of the Philippines Surgical Innovation and Biotechnology Laboratory, or CIBO program, which is supported through the DOST-PCHRD's Biomedical Device Engineering program. Through the IFIX, OR portals, IBM, and the CIBO facilities, We aim to bring world-class surgical innovations made by Filipinos for the Filipinos to our local health professionals. With costly medical equipment beyond the burdens patients face, the local development and production of these devices will help medical procedures in the country more accessible. To help us in this mission, we would like to have announced the relaunching of the Philippine Biomedical Devices Innovation Consortium, or the PBDIC, which will aid a network of research and scientists focusing on biomedical device innovation and related policies. With this network available, we can harmonize and strengthen our efforts toward biomedical devices engineering and provide better support to our innovators. We hope that with the help of our media friends here today, we Filipinos can hear about these initiatives that are intended for the benefit of our communities. As well as we hope that through your stories we can join in bringing the good news of these R&D projects and the relaunching of PBDIC to our Filipinos so that we can bring more hours towards achieving our goals. Rest assured that DOST is always in support of our researchers and their innovators. We will continue to strive to create enabling research environments and strengthen the capacities of our local talents. Finally, our slogan, "One Just for You," the whole of DOST remains committed to pursue science that is dedicated for the Filipino people. Thank you once again for joining us in the Talakayang HeaRT Beat.
We have made in science and technology, you can rest assured.
The DOST has consistently pledged to deliver sincere and quality service through one DOST for you. Through scientific
Yes, at alamin natin kung anong meron dito ngayon sa loob ng World Trade Center na iba't iba pong mga innovation ng ating mga SLT. Tara, buong pamilya, isama po natin!